What's happening, YouTube? It's your man, Gypsy Hustle, aka the Happy Hatter, aka Mr. Make You Smile. All right, aka or BKA, your man Chucky B, back in the building. Today, I'm going to talk about, I kind of like to talk about things after the dust is settling a little bit, you know. And today, I'm going to start with talking about the death of Kobe Bryant. That's why I got on my Laker gear today. I've worn this before. I was with them this season of the championship. And I was working with the Lakers. I was working with the Lakers at the time. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about Kobe and his death. And, it was very surprising. Of course I knew him, but I didn't have like a very intimate relationship with him, like, like say Shaq or somebody like that, Rick Fox. I wasn't a teammate with him, but I knew him. We knew each other. We see each other and hey, what's up, man? What's going on? He would talk to me. I gotta say, the last time I saw him was his last year of playing with the Lakers. And I was at the Charlotte Hornets game, standing in the back, and just kind of standing off to the side. And he was coming off the court. I think it was halftime. Might have been halftime. So he's walking off the court, and he walks over there to me, and he's like, "Yo, what's up, Chuck? You live down here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I live here, man." So we talked about maybe 2 minutes. Then he went on. He's like, "Man, good to see you." He went on into the locker room. And I have not seen him or talked to him since. But, my mother made a good idea because we have daughters. Well, his daughter Gigi is the same age as my youngest daughter, Abigail. So I was thinking of taking her out to the Mamba Academy this summer and, maybe get some work in against, some top ballers and, help her game a little bit. That, won't happen now. But, my mother gave me that idea. So I was thinking about doing that. So, his death was very surprising and shocking. And I think it's going to be one of those moments where you remember where you're at when this happened, when the Twin Towers came down, you heard about it. You remember where you were at, like people remember where they were at when, the president was assassinated and things like that. I think this is going to be one of those moments like the Len Bias moment. I remember where I was at, the time and where I was going and everything when Len Bias passed. But it's very sad. It's a very sad thing, especially the other people that died along with him. There was a family where two parents had one of their kids with them on the helicopter, and then the other two, they left two at home. So now those kids are parentless. You have the pilot. You had another young lady, a couple of teammates. That also died in the crash with Kobe. But, it's very sad, and it really makes you think about, how precious life is, and the questions that, you may have. The question that I have is if all of if the LAPD grounded their activity, and if LA, there's a high-speed chase almost every day, so they have to be up in the air. If the LAPD grounded their helicopters and said, no, we're not flying, it's too foggy, why would they let the one helicopter go up? So that's my question. But, everything happens for a reason. So, but I, definitely want to come on and talk about that, about Kobe, because, he'll be missed. And there are a lot of people, I've got some kids on my team that he was their favorite player. They used to talk about him all the time. So I got one of my JV kids has Kobe sneakers that he's been playing in all year. So that's a tough thing, for all the families, and but his family will be okay. They'll be fine. They'll be better with him. But sometimes life hits you, and you got to keep it moving. So next thing is, during that time, a reporter came on and said the Los Angeles Lakers That's what she said she said, but it sounded like the Los Angeles N-word, N-I, the rest. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. But my only question is, how can you mix the New York Knicks and the LA Lakers? How you mix that? I don't understand. But I don't think she was saying the N-word. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I've listened to that thing about 50 times. The first time when I'm just listening to it, and if you just listen to it, it sounds like the N-word. It does. Because I was like, wait, what? How's she gonna go on TV and say that? Then as I listened to it more and more and more, I was like, oh, okay. Then I read about it. I was like, okay, it did sound like that, So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not sure what has happened to her. But I think people have called for her job. But I really don't think she said it. I don't think she meant to say it. I know she may have been a Fox News person or whatever, and she may have those conversations in private with her friends. I don't know. But I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she didn't say it. Maybe she didn't say it. But that's just the timing is bad. The timing is bad to make that mistake. All right. So we'll see what happens with her in the near future. Next thing, a comedian, Ari Shaffir. I think that's how you pronounce his name. This guy, celebrated the death of Kobe by saying some real inappropriate things, like, the guy that raped someone 23 years ago finally got his, which is really tacky. He better watch himself, because, you have some crazed Kobe fans out there that, might do something to him. I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying, you can't, someone has died. We're all going to die. So for him to say that, I hate to even say his name on my little show right here. I hate to even say his name, to be honest with you. But I think it's something that people should know about, what this guy is saying. So that, maybe he'll get his, if you know what I mean. He needs to get his, for saying something like that. I don't think you should talk about people that can't come and defend themselves. You shouldn't talk about people that can't defend themselves. So if you ever see this guy or hear this guy, or you see him in person, you let him know how you feel. I don't think that was the right thing. You had another woman who said something about it on social media, and she caught it. And I'm sure if someone sees her in person that's a Bryant fan, she's gonna get dealt with too. So, it's just a sad thing, And Ari tried to come out and say that it was a joke. That's not a joke. It's not the time to joke about any of this stuff. I don't know if you ever want to joke about a death. I don't think you ever want to joke about a death. But moving on. The NBA, of course, is in, guys are in deep mourning. And the NBA has decided to change the format of the NBA All-Star Game. So I think it's actually a good change. I think that the way they're going to do it is they're going to take the score at the end of the three quarters and add 24 points to it. So, like, say if it's 198, they're going to take the highest score. They're going to say that, okay, now we're going to play to 124. So I think it'll make it competitive. I think they'll play harder because I think the way the old format was, guys, I didn't think played hard till probably the last 3 minutes, maybe, because, like an NBA game, like the last 2-3 minutes are the most important minutes of any NBA game. But I think that now this will add more competitiveness to it a little earlier. So, and I think there are bonuses in this. So I think it's a good change to the All-Star Game. I think it's a good change to the All-Star Game. And we'll see. All-Star Weekend is coming up in February. And we'll see. We'll see. But, it's all in, respect to Kobe. And, of course, again, I just remember the time I brought my daughter into work, and he took the time to play with her and make her laugh. And you could see how he was ready to move on to the next chapter of his life from basketball. You know, as a basketball player myself, you retire. Now there's what you're gonna do next. Because it's not like basketball is not like a regular job where you can stay on that job for 30 years and then retire. Then you go to the next phase. You're lucky to play this game 3 or 4 years before you have to move on. Kobe was blessed to play 20, 21 years. Then he's ready to move on to the next chapter. He received an Oscar. He had the Mamba, or has the Mamba Academy out in Thousand Oaks, California. He was ready to move on to that next phase of his life, and to see him grow like that. You can see it like when you're on television. People get to see your life when you're famous. People get to see your life, a little bit of your life. And, you could see, like I saw him from an 18-year-old kid coming to the NBA to leaving the NBA and focusing on that next chapter. So in leaving, I'm about to sign out, I would say, live your best life and enjoy this ride, man. And, life is fragile. So enjoy the ride. All right. So it's your man, Gypsy Hustle, a.k.a. the Happy Hatter, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile, b.k.a., a.k.a., whatever you want to call it, your man, Chucky Brown, signing out. Hey, everybody, peace. Enjoy the Super Bowl. All right. I'm out.